Okay, so we are recording, and so I'm going to pull up my post. We're going to see what was put out there for today's IPA challenge, and then we're going to work it together. I will mute us as we work through the process, but we're going to have to move quickly today to be able to get it all in 1 hour. So let me share real quick. Let me flip over here and get us going. Okay, I think I've got it pulled up. Here we are. Okay, I'm going to minimize us so that, there we go. Okay, so here we are on Wednesday. Michelle says it's hump day. You know, if you haven't been doing these IPAs, which is impact producing activity, or here it says intentional productive activity. We're going to get started. So you guys are with me, but we're going to start with the mindset, and we're going to watch this together. And then we're going to move from there. So I will unshare here in just a moment, but let's look at this together.
Most of us lower our standards. Why? Because who you spend time with, my friends, is who you become. Quality of your life is the quality of where you live emotionally. We all have a home. Angry people find a way to get angry, even if their life doesn't have anything to be angry about. We can always find it. Sad people find a way to be sad. Caring people find a way to care for other people. So one thing to identify is, where are you living? What's your home? What's your habit? And then the way to change it is, when I was homeless, literally on my own, just getting started, I didn't have the internet, but I decided I had to go to a library and I had to feed my mind. And I always tell people the first stage is leads automatically. One of my teachers taught me, he said, every day stand guard at the door of your mind and feed it something good. Because if your worst enemy puts sugar in your coffee, you're fine. If you're messing up by accident, trying to help you put some strychnine, you're dead. So if you feed your mind every day, 30 minutes a day of reading something, hearing something. Second, you got to strengthen your body. And the reason, Pierce, is fear is physical, right? So is stagnation, so is numbness, so is sadness, so is rage. And when you go in and change your body by an intense workout or a run, or even an intense walk, and the blood's flowing through you, science has shown it instantly changes your biochemistry. And now your mind and body are working together. Third thing, all these people did in common, if you watch, they found a mission bigger than themselves. Yeah. Something that they want to aspire to that was worth more than their pain. And then the fourth thing is, you got to find a role model. You know, you heard it with Nick. Almost everybody finds a role model that makes it real. Yeah. When you get a role model, it becomes real to you if you get a plan, you get a goal plan, and you take massive action. And the last step, number 5, there's always somebody worse off than you are, no matter what you've done. So if you can go help somebody worse off, you put your life in perspective. And it also reminds you, life's not about me, it's about we. I always tell people, the secret to a great life, the secret to living, is giving. If you realize there's something you still to give, even if you lost your legs, even if you've been through a horrific financial situation, your life can improve, or more importantly, you'll have a meaningful life because your life will contribute to other people. Decide to develop the habit right now, the habit of focusing on what's right in your world instead of what's wrong. The habit of focusing on what you do have instead of what you don't have in a situation. And as basic as that is, and as well as you know it, you've got to make it a habit, because those habits form the chain of your ultimate character, of who you become and how you end up living your life. We've got to condition ourselves, because if we don't, we'll go back to the automatic state that most people live in today's society. The way to develop the habit is to go on a mental diet. Is that you immediately do not allow yourself to hold a negative feeling, a negative thought for 7 straight days, day and night, even when it gets tough, even when somebody disappoints you, even when you get frustrated, even when you give your all and it still turns up lousy. Listen, if all I did was rant and rave on this tape and you didn't listen to anything else I said, but you took on this 7-day challenge, you can't believe what it'll do to your life. If you get yourself in a state of certainty that this is going to work, I'm going to find a way. And if this doesn't work, I will make the way. Then you tap a lot more potential. And when you're certain in your potential, you take massive action. When you take massive action, you really believe in something, you get great results. When you get great results, your brain goes, see, I told you I was a stud. People tell me all the time, oh, I'm skeptical or I'm pessimistic. I said, no, you're gutless. It takes no guts, it takes no courage to be a pessimist, to say it's not going to work, to try to find out what's wrong. What's wrong is always available. So what's right. So I'm not into positive thinking, but I am into intelligence. And intelligence says, see it as it is, don't make it worse than it is. The only way it gets better is if you can see it as it is. Don't make it worse than it is. Don't try to make it so it's impossible to change. That's not true. It's not true at all. The second mandate, I think, to changing anything in your life, to leading your life, is once you see it as it is, not worse than it is, then you got to see it better than this. Because that's the thing that's missing from most relationships. There's no vision. I mean, without a vision, people what? Perish. And when a relationship has no vision for greater than where they are, that relationship is going downhill, if not destroyed. I believe that every relationship, every part of life, every part of a human being needs a compelling future. If the future's not more compelling than today, today could be tough, but if the future's compelling, we can get there. So just to remind you, first thing you gotta do is feed and strengthen that mind. Read, listen, feed the mind, take control of that focus, stand guard at what other people are saying, focus on what it is you're here to get, what you can control, what you can make happen. Number two, feed and strengthen that body. Remember, fear, uncertainty, they're physical experiences. So the best way to deal with something physical is get physical. Change that body, go lift some weights, go for that run, do something that's gonna get you in that state. But get that hour of power going, that 15 minutes to thrive, if you're familiar with that, to train your body and mind to be strong again. Number three, make sure you put yourself in that position where you find a role model that's gonna inspire you and show you that way. Maybe it's a contrasting role model. You think your life's so tough, find somebody with tougher look who's really turned it around. Or maybe it's just somebody who's really succeeded. You can now see there is a way. There's a way through. There's a way to make this happen, even in the toughest times. There's always a way. Four, make sure you get yourself into action. Get a plan, take massive action. And then number five, most importantly of all, feed your spirit. Feed and strengthen your spirit. And there's only one way to do that. It's to find what you're grateful for and to take time, whether it be prayer for you or just taking a moment to think about what it is that's so lucky in your life. There's a rejuvenation in our spirit when we stop taking things for granted. And when most importantly, what feeds your spirit is to give, to find a way to do something for someone else who's worse off than you are. Because what is this all about? It's about strength, and it's about perspective, it's about action, it's about emotion, and it's about heart. And so many people, miss the opportunity to feel like their life makes a difference. I'm a big believer that motive does matter. That why you do something, people can feel. That people may be skeptical, they may have their judgments or their fears. So much. In my experience, ultimately, why you're doing something, people feel. And if you're doing this because some part of you knows that you're here in life not just to get, but to give, then there's a spark that happens in other people. They feel the genuineness of that, and there's a spark that happens in you because it reminds you what you're made for.
Okay, guys, let me turn that off. Hang on. How do I get rid of that? Okay, there we go. All right, let me pull you back up. Okay, I hope that y'all took notes on that. Pat did. So that is awesome. That's my second time to listen through that. It is so good. The things he talked about, take control of the things that you can control. Make sure that you get into movement every single day in some way. He talked about the power hour of movement, or just 15 minutes of getting out there and moving. Make sure that you are connected to a mission, to a vision. What is it that you know that God is calling you to do? What is that vision? And get a mentor. He talked about that. Some of us have business coaches. We have a mentor that is an upline to us. We have somebody that is one step ahead of us. Get that mentor. It gets you into massive action. And whenever you get the mentors, get them so that it moves you into massive action. A lot of that is even with accountability partners. Don't get with people that are just yes people, or if you're having a pity party, they allow you to have it. You need to be with people that give you tough love, because your mission and your vision is too big and too important, and it's going to impact too many lives for you not to do it. So you have to get into that. And then he talked about gratitude, right? There's always somebody that is worse off than you are. It's a heart of gratitude, but it is also serving other people. This weekend, I promise you, some of you guys know that last week was just not a good week for me. This weekend, I was able to serve other people. And in the midst of it, I was like, God, you are so gracious and you are so good, because you knew that I needed this. Because when we focus on other people and serving other people, our issues diminish. They go away. They are shadowed. They are overshadowed by us serving someone else. Then it changes our heart, changes our attitude, changes our mindset, because we have changed our environment and we are serving somebody else. So he talked a lot about that. And then he really talked about the state of your certainty, of you believing without a doubt that this business will work. It will work. But whenever you have the state of certainty, it puts you into massive momentum. That is what moves you into action. Your belief and your mindset is everything in this business. And then lastly, I just want to share this because it's such a big deal. He said a couple of times, motive matters. Why you're doing this business, people feel. They feel it. That's why it's so important that you know your why. Why are you doing this? Why are you getting up every day? When you look at your kiddos and you think about how much you're sacrificing to work for their behalf, for their futures, that gets you into that action. But people feel it. You don't even necessarily have to speak it. They feel the energy, they feel the passion, they feel the heart, and they want to participate in that. So you have to know and believe those things. Now, how many of you have your Super Saturday workbook? A Super Saturday workbook. If you have it in front of you, I want you to pull it. If you do not, we're actually moving into page 11 on that workbook. But if you don't have it, it is not an excuse for you not to do what we're about to do, because I'm going to tell you what it is. What they ask on this page, you can pull it. If you've written on it, you can continue that conversation with yourself. But I want you to put, it says, the life I will create in 1 year, in 3 years, and in 5 years, and how will I feel? Guys, this is vision journaling. We've talked about it several times. If we have trainings on it, vision journaling. You put yourself in a position in your future. If you're going to be senior gold, ruby, senior ruby, emerald, whatever it is in 1 year with this business, where you will be and how does it make you feel? How does it taste? How does it smell? What does it feel like? What are you doing? What is your family doing? What are your children doing? You literally journal out that place. Can I tell you, 6 months prior to me turning emerald, I was introduced to vision journaling. Now, many of you guys journal for prayer with the Lord, where God's taking you and you're praying it out. That's a form of vision journaling, is you're speaking to the Lord. Many of you guys are already doing this. I was already doing that, but I did not ever bring it over into the business world. 6 months prior to going emerald, I was introduced to this at a conference that I was at, and it changed everything for me. So I'm going to give you about 6 or 7 minutes right now. I'm going to mute all of us, and you can even go away if you want for a few minutes and come back. But if you go away and you close your video, I want you to really be working. I want you to be journaling where you will be in 1 year, what it feels like, tastes like, smells like, what your family is doing, what it's allowed you to do, how you feel about yourself, the confidence that you have, all of that great stuff. So I'm going to put the timer on for 6 minutes, and I'm going to give you time to get started on that. Okay, our timer has gone off. I would love for some of you just real quickly to throw out some adjectives. What were some of the words that you wrote of how you felt and the things that were going on around you?
I put thriving and freedom to give and spend money,
Hmm.
not being stressed.
Not feeling chained, right? To financial decisions. Anybody else? Y'all can also put it into the chat if you want to put it over there. Okay, we're going to move on because we don't have a ton of time, but I love working through that. I do that often. I do it probably monthly, sometimes bi-weekly, um, because it's such a great thing to work through. So make sure that you share some of those thoughts with your upline, with your accountability partners. If you have accountability partners, maybe put it into a text or a thread and ask them to share with you some of their thoughts. Okay, so we're going to move into the post, and we have 10 minutes to do this. So I really want us to do a couple of things, and I will prompt us to move to the next one. So let's just look at the first one. Today, we're going to focus on using our personal post to get engagement. A good way to do this is by asking a question, but not just any question. A good question is one that people can easily think of the answer. Something about which people have a strong opinion. An example is what temperature to use at your thermostat. It's even better if you add in that you need help resolving an argument with your husband, because so many people want to give information into that. For today's question, though, we are going to stay within our dream theme. So post something like when you were little, what was your dream job, or what did you dream of being whenever you grew up? Keep it short, simple, so that it fits in one of the colored boxes. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes. Can I just see a show of hands real quick? Has anybody already done this part? Okay, okay. So let's do that right now. I'm going to give you 5 minutes, and then we're going to move to preparing for the one that you're going to do later today. So 5 minutes. If you've already done this, will you interact with your post if people have commented? But also, will you take some time to go and maybe comment on some of your prospects' posts? You've got 5 minutes, and then we'll move on. All right, guys, that went super fast. Did y'all feel like that went super fast? Okay, so here we are. This is what I want you to do. Was that fun? I think that that's kind of fun. It's been fun to see the responses that have come through. But this is what I want us to do for the next 4 or 5 minutes is you're going to be doing a Plexus post later today. Gabi has shared that she likes to do hers later in the evening. That's where she feels like that she gets the most engagement. Everybody's a little bit different, so figuring that out. And also, guys, always remember that you have Facebook and Instagram. So this is what we are asking to do for our next post. We attract what we talk about. One day I was complaining about not having enough business builders. What I realized was that I was never posting or sharing about the business. So of course I was only attracting people to the products. Today we're going to make a business post, but guess what? Business posts don't always have to be about money. There are so many aspects of the Plexus business beyond the money. There's personal development, culture, connection. One of the biggest blessings is that Plexus gives us the ability to dream big dreams for us. Our big dreams dream for us, for our families and for our communities. So for today's post, I want you to share one of the dreams you have that Plexus is going to help you accomplish. I am going to give you about 5 minutes. I'm going to set our timer again. You might want to write this out. Things like this, I like to type into my notes page on my phone, so you can do that. You can write it in your journal to get yourself started. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes to work on this, and then we'll move on. How does our time go so quickly? Okay, guys, that was fun for me. Was that fun for you? I'm kind of excited about, I haven't finished it, but I'm pretty excited about what my post is going to be. So let's be looking for each other's posts tonight, later today, and make sure that we all comment on each other's post so that as many as need to see it, that the Lord wants to place it before them, that those people will be able to see that later today, and maybe even they be prompted to reach out to you versus you be reaching out to them, which would be super, super cool. Okay, so we are moving. It is 12:05, and I feel like we still have a ton. Let's see, 10, 20, 30. Okay, I think I'm keeping us as close as I can on task. We are moving through. I love doing this, guys. I think it gets motivating and exciting to do this. So we're going to look at relationship messaging. Here we go. The core of building our business right here. That was all the warm up. Thinking about your dreams when you were little might have brought back some other memories of your childhood. Most of my childhood memories have to do with school and teachers. So for today's relationship messages, I want you to go back and thank people who made an impact on your life. Guys, it could be school, college, church, it could be your mentors. So message those school teachers, Bible teachers, message your ministers and pastors. Tell them that you're thinking about them today and wanted to let them know how grateful you are for the role that they have played or maybe that they are playing in your life right now. So an example would be, I was thinking about you today and I just wanted to reach out and say thank you. My teen years were tough, but you made them better by always believing in me, loving me, showing me that you genuinely enjoyed spending time with me. 100% believe that I am the person I am today because of the difference that you made in my life. So if you are ever struggling with whether you make a difference, I want you to remember and know that you absolutely do. I am giving you 5 minutes to go and reach out to a couple of people that have impacted your life. Okay, guys, that went fast, didn't it? Was that fun? Okay, I don't know if you had looked at these beforehand. I'm sorry, I'm having to write my notes so I don't forget. Um, I did not have my names in place. So whenever we just did that, I was like, okay, who are those people going to be? And the Lord gave me 3 people. Kind of makes me a little bit emotional, but I also love how the Lord knows exactly the people that we need to speak to at that moment. And so that was a joy. I hope it was good for you to be able to go and just love on some people and tell them that they were very impactful in molding your life and who you are today. Let's look at the plexus message, and we are going to have about 5-10 minutes. I really do want to focus in this area. We can do the rest if we run out of time on our own. This message is a big message. These are messages that you're going to be sending out. And I do want to say, I'm actually going to grab some of these messages and put them into our chat because I want us to remember that we have a 3-day challenge next week. So some of your messaging today in these next 10 minutes needs to go for people that are on the fence, that maybe you have already sent a video to or a testimony to, and they're just not quite ready. I want you to go and invite them to be part of the 3-day challenge and give them a link into to where they can order from you. Okay, so this is what it says. Here's the message. Hey Susie, hope you're doing well. This is probably a silly question with all the Plexus peeps around, but I was wondering, has anyone given you a sample? So this is all about the sampling. And she talks a little bit. Now we have samples of our hunger control, energy drinks, simple skincare. Are you open to trying one? If they say yes and sure, then say great. Give them a couple of different options. Let them know that you want to know what their goals so that you know what best fits them. And once they give that to you, then you're going to send them a really great video about it, but you're also going to go put that into the mail for them. Okay. So make sure you see right here, be sure to note on your calendar to follow up in 3 days to ask if they received the sample. So don't forget to do those pieces. That's what we're going to move into now is you reaching out. And like I said, I'm going to go and grab some messaging in regards to the 3-day sample. We have a great one out there. I actually bumped it up today on Passionate Pursuit. If you didn't see it, it's in the units for 3-day sampling and the messaging around that. So guys, 10 minutes to go and reach out to 3 friends and ask them to participate. Okay, so I've put messaging in the chat if you need that. So you've got several different ways to message them. You might even want to, if you haven't, don't do it now because I need for you to continue to message people because we have short time. But go into the post today and grab those and put them into your phone so that you always have them with you. Okay, guys, 17 seconds. So we are going to move on. How was that? Was that good for you? Thumbs up. Does it feel good? Do you feel like you're accomplishing through these power hours? It's good, isn't it? And I feel like with all of us moving together, it's such a sweet encouragement to be working alongside you. So let's move on to the next thing that we are being asked to do. We literally have 4 minutes. So I'm going to read this to you because once we get off, if you still have time, I want you to complete it. Between the two of these, I would say the power of three is going to be the most significant. So check in with at least 5 of your customers or ambassadors and ask how their New Year's goals are going. Guy, if you have renew customers, renew you people, reach out to them. I hope you're checking on them. Even if they didn't make you their accountability partner, you know who they are. Go check on them, see how they're doing. If you do not have 5 customers or you do not have 5 ambassadors yet, reach out to your 5 people on your chicken list that you're like, these are my dream team people that I would love to be in this business with me. Reach out to them and just see how they're doing. Okay. So they've given us a message. You can do any message, but if you're like, I don't even know what to say, if you happen to have a word for 2020, share that with them and see what it is that's going on with them. That's the power of 3. Please reach out to 5 customers, ambassadors, or potentials in the next few minutes. And then expanding your network. You can do this later today. You can do it tonight if you're watching Netflix or doing something that doesn't take a lot of brain width. Go out there and expand your network. Okay, so come back and look at this. And then do me a huge favor when you're done. Will you come in here and click done so that we can all, oh, look at that. Michelle Harrell's got that out there. We got to go look at that, guys. Tell us that you're done so that we can all encourage each other. Okay, so I'm going to put 4 minutes. We're going to go a little bit over, but will you take about 4 minutes to work on this and reach out to your people real quick, see how they're doing. Okay, how fast does that go? If you feel like that you have a little bit of time, we're already going to close out here. If you have a few more minutes, don't walk away from your laptop or your phone. Just sit there, finish what you're doing, finish out your post that you're going to be posting later. I can't wait to see it. Thanks so much for being on. I hope it was helpful, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.